73.2% of experts interviewed believe backlinks influence the chance of appearing in AI search results. The majority of respondents agree that links affect rankings in AI search results. This aligns with our observations and recent study results. Google uses its top-ranking results for AI overviews and Gemini responses, and ChatGPT relies on top-ranking pages on Bing for live web data, so backlinks, still a major ranking factor, increase the likelihood of getting featured. And then, 78.8% of SEO experts interviewed think that no-follow links impact rankings. So no-follow links, if you don't know, they're meant to not pass any SEO link juice. That's why they're called no-follow. But 80%, nearly 80% of people interviewed believe that no-follow links affect search rankings. This aligns with the findings of multiple experiments and anecdotal data we've seen over the last 2 years. The question is what it means in practice. Last year, we asked our respondents if they actively built no-follow links, and only 46.9% responded yes. This is a different question. Recognizing the no-follow link impact doesn't mean actively pursuing them. So it would be interesting to see if this has changed. So here's the thing. This is Edward speaking now. And I'm reading from, it's the State of Link Building in 2025 from editorial.link. And I found out about this because I was in this. I was one of the people that was interviewed in this, and a bunch of my quotes are in this post. So no-follow links totally matter. Why do they matter? 1, Google needs more backlink data. Less people are blogging than they used to, and Google needs more backlink data. It's very simple. People are more on, they're making more content on social. People are spending more time making videos instead of website content. Again, people are blogging less because you shouldn't be blogging a lot for SEO. It's just not as good a use of your time and effort as it used to be. So Google needs more backlink data. That's 1. And also 2, no-follow backlinks are part of a natural backlink profile. If you only have one type of backlink, that's not natural. If you only have do-follow backlinks, it looks like you're trying to game Google. If you only have exact match anchor text, where all the anchor text, all the text over your backlinks are just the exact keywords, that also looks like you're trying to game Google. That doesn't look natural. So no-follow backlinks, they help with a natural backlink profile. And again, Google needs more backlink data. Back to the survey, there are so many juicy things here. Here's another. 80.9% of surveyed specialists believe that unlinked brand mentions influence organic search rankings. Although not a ranking factor as such, unlinked mentions can affect rankings indirectly by building brand awareness, trust, authority, and visibility online. I think it's more complicated than that. I really believe that if you are out building backlinks and you're getting all these links, but you're not also getting brand mentions, that looks suspicious. And I had Jonathan Berthold, an executive from Moz, on the podcast. That was episode 684 of this show. Moz exec, is SEO dead or stronger than it's ever been in the age of AI? Jonathan Berthold. He said the same thing. If you're getting all these links and you're not getting brand mentions, well, that looks pretty suspicious. It looks unnatural. It looks like you are trying to game Google. So I'm one of the people that believe that unlinked brand mentions influence organic search rankings. 64.9% say a website can rank high on Google without backlinks. And so you've heard me say on this show, or you've probably seen me wearing my shirt that say backlinks don't matter. Obviously, backlinks do matter, but they don't matter as much as people think. And so in this article, with all these findings, it says 2/3 of the survey participants believe links aren't necessary to rank high on Google. We have indeed seen instances when pages in niche sectors targeting low competition keywords ranked high without backlinks. I totally think that is understating it. Not instances, it's just most. If you spend a lot of time looking at SERPs and you actually look at real keywords where people are searching for a solution, they are looking to take action, but they don't know the brand that is going to satisfy what they want. These will be more niche keywords. Because they're more niche, they're under-targeted. What does that mean? It means that these keywords aren't in the page titles, the URL slugs, the H1s, the first sentences, the meta descriptions of the results in a search engine results page. People aren't making pages for these keywords that are under targeted. And if you do that, you don't need a link to this page because you are the one who is targeting it. Google wants to fill in the gaps. There are all these gaps in Google's index. It's doing its best with all the content in its index to assign that content to different keywords. But there's lots of gaps. There's lots of areas where, and you've probably experienced this yourself, you have Googled something and you haven't gotten good results. You might say, well, people made the results and Google just isn't actually giving the pages to the keyword. People made the pages and Google's not doing a good job surfacing that. And in some instances, that's certainly true. But in a lot of other instances, it's just the content doesn't exist. Google needs the content. So you make the content, you don't need links for these pages that are under targeted. And many of the most lucrative keywords are under targeted because naturally keywords at the bottom of the funnel, they have less search volume. And so SEOs and digital marketers, they don't go after them. They're not as sexy, again, because they have less search volume. But how about the keywords that have a lot of volume? Those are the ones where it's likely to be more competitive. And for the more competitive keywords, you might need some links. You might need some links to those specific pages that are targeting more competitive keywords. Again, competitive being lots of the results in a search engine results page are using the keyword in the key places that I mentioned before. $508.95 is the average acceptable price for acquiring one high-quality backlink. I'll tell you, a high-quality link from a top website in your niche, in an article where there's not a huge abundance of backlinks, so the article or the post or the page is more selective with the links, and it's from a top website in your niche, a trusted website in your niche, and it's on a page or a post that gets some engagement. It's definitely indexed. That page or post is definitely indexed. It gets some engagement. That will do so much for you. One link, even if it just goes to your homepage, even if it just uses your brand name as the anchor text, going to your homepage from a trusted website in your niche will do so much for you. And is it worth $508? It absolutely is. And I'm talking a super trusted website. So for example, if you're in health and wellness and you get a link from like a health line, super trusted, very high authority site, it's going to do a lot for you. And what do I mean by a lot? It'll boost the performance of all of your pages. And not just a little bit and not just once, not just a little spike up. It'll keep going up over time. Google will see that and it will start testing your pages more. It will start testing your pages and posts more in the SERPs. And if you are making good content, you're going to beat the other pages and posts. By the way, if you're curious who is included in this survey, it's 518 SEO professionals, including myself. 29.9% are in-house experts. 24.9% are freelancers. 44.4% are agency specialists / executives. 46.3% are in Europe. 25.5% are in the United States. And 16.2% are in the United Kingdom. Let's talk link building strategies and tactics. 48.6% think digital PR is the most effective link building tactic in 2025. 66.6% believe finding unique backlink opportunities offers greater benefits than replicating successful competitors' backlink profiles. Partial match anchor texts are the top choice for 41.7% of respondents, followed by exact match 25.1% and branded anchor text 20.5%. And there's a breakdown. What type of anchor text do you prioritize when building backlinks? So partial match anchor text, that's when you use some parts of the keyword. It could be the whole keyword just with words in different areas. 41.7% prioritize partial match. 25.1% prioritize exact match. That's the exact keyword as the anchor text. By the way, why is anchor text important? Just think about it. It's because when you are describing what you are linking to, that is telling Google also what the content is about, what the content of that page or post is about. And it helps give authority to the page or to the post. If lots of people say, this is the best roofing service in Colorado, Google's going to think that whatever's being linked to is the best roofing service in Colorado. 20.5% prioritize branded anchors. 8.7% prioritize related anchor text. So that could be if your target keyword is blue running shoes, related anchor text would be lightweight trainers for marathons. 3.1% prioritize a mix. So a mix of all the types. 0.8% prioritize generic anchors like click here or just here. And then 0.2% prioritize naked URLs. And 0.2% was just one response for that. There's a section, I think this is a fun section. Which link building methods do you consider somewhat shady or risky, but still effective? So PBNs, private blog networks, came in at 45.23%. That's the top one. Expired domains with backlinks, 44.4%. So that's buying an expired domain that had a bunch of backlinks to it. Guest posts on low quality sites, 34.23%. Homepage paid links, 28.01%. Forum and blog comment links, 25.73%. Mass press release distribution, 23.65%. I don't really see why that one is shady. I don't think that one is shady. Press releases are normal. Widget and footer links, 18.46%. Social bookmarking and directory submissions, 18.05%. Web 2.0 blogs, 14.73%. There's nothing wrong with directories. Directories are great. I guess this is low quality directories. So actually there's this great section, what factors are red flags for you when assessing a website for link placement? The number one thing is spammy outbound links. 89% of respondents said that. Number two, low quality content. 86% of respondents said that. So they don't want to be putting effort into getting links from spammy sites, sites with low quality content. Number three, poor domain authority. So sites with low domain authority. 4, low relevance, sites that are just not related. And 5, declining organic traffic. Here's the thing, natural backlink profile. If you are a cool brand, you are just naturally getting links from all sorts of places. And I've shared that all the time on the show, how going after low domain authority sites, because there are some people, they only go after high authority backlinks, and then they have an unnatural backlink profile. And so they need to go and get low authority backlinks. I will say though, and it is part of a natural backlink profile because there's lots of spammy sites out there, but it rarely helps to have links on spammy websites with crap content or that look really bad. And you can tell that they don't have real users. I talked about Google's Disavow tool, where you tell Google to ignore some of the backlinks that you got and how you shouldn't use that. This says only 39% of surveyed specialists still use the Google Disavow tool. Google itself recommends using it only in extreme situations. Bing has sunset the feature altogether. And experiments have shown disavowing links can actually hurt page performance, so this result was foreseeable. In fact, if you search the SEO subreddit for the Disavow tool, you will see lots of horror stories of people using it going totally wrong and their rankings tanking. Don't use it. One more, most respondents mentioned challenges related to the resource-intensive nature of link building, high cost of premium backlinks as the biggest challenge, and scaling link building without sacrificing quality. So I'm telling you, you don't have to pay for links. You can get really great links for free, or you don't have to spend much. And I talk about the strategies all the time on the show. Use source of sources, that's free. Use helper reporter out, that's free. Use featured.com, that's cheap. There's lots of others like it. Use linkable assets. Make something cool. Launch it or share it with people who are relevant to you. Make videos about it. Linkable assets can get so many more backlinks than you can get with any link building budget. Linkable assets are harder in more illicit industries. So it's going to be hard to have a linkable asset in, let's say, alcohol. Or if you're just in a very boring industry, it might be harder. But even then, you can have a cool article that gets linked to. You can have something interesting that gets linked to. share it in the right places. If you have something cool enough, you just have to share it with one journalist. Journalists need content, or one content creator. Content creators need content. I'm so grateful when listeners of this podcast message me with cool topics. Oftentimes, I make episodes about those topics and they perform really well. And if what you make is cool or interesting or useful enough, other people start to share it too. But again, if you're just an expert, source of sources, help a reporter out, feature.com, use directories, do genuine marketing. If you want a natural backlink profile, do just genuine marketing. And like I said before, the most lucrative keywords are at the bottom of the funnel, they're under targeted, and you don't even need a lot of backlinks to your entire domain to rank for them. If you haven't checked it out, I have a 2-hour plus link building section in compact keywords. That's my 13.5-hour SEO course that I spent over a year making. I still add to it every couple of weeks or so. I add new updates to it. I added one this morning. This is an email that I just got from Angel, who took the course. SEO has officially paid for the course, by the way. This is for about 1 month and 9 days after implementing what I learned from your course. Keeping in mind, I am a new, very small one-man shop. If I was already a sizable business, I am sure I could have had this pay for itself in 2 to 3 weeks. Angel said his search visibility grew from 0.8% to 4.65%, which is more than most of my competitors now, who are several million-dollar businesses. Actual organic search visitors has jumped 3 to 4x. It was rare that we had an organic Google search purchase previously for a non-branded term. Most was direct or through ads previously. And he said, if I had decent domain authority going into this, I would absolutely be dominating search right now. And fortunately, domain authority is a type of thing that you build over time. Last thing, Angel said, and now our Google ads are getting nearly double the return on ad spend. I can't attribute all of that to the SEO changes, but the majority of it is absolutely from the changes, plus what I learned in your course. That's at compactkeywords.com. Shout out to editorial.link for having me in this massive article, The State of Link Building in 2025. This is episode 725 of my daily digital marketing show, The Edward Show. 725 days in a row doing this podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.